Hi everybody, and we're all back again. I think we all enjoyed meeting in group. We're all back again. So I would like to hear before we go on what came out of your discussions. What is the best way to learn English? The best way, if you had money wasn't an issue. What's the best way to learn? Can we have someone from one of the groups telling us what happened in their group? Anyone like to speak, or can I pick on people? Martha, what happened in your group? Who were you with? You're not talking. I have to put your microphone on. No? I don't want to pick on people. Brenda, what happened in your group? Did you have a good time?
The microphone are open. You can open your microphone.
Put on your microphone, Brenda. It's off. Brenda, your microphone's off. Put it on, please. Yeah, we can't hear you. Your microphone's not on. In the left-hand corner, where there's a picture of a microphone, make sure it doesn't have a red line on it. Anybody else meanwhile? I can see Laurie. Laurie, you have the computer on?
A lot of people can't unmute themselves.
Sorry?
A lot of people can't unmute themselves.
Ah.
I can see the notice. You're not seeing it.
Sorry, they can't unmute? That's very strange. Can you check an area where they can't unmute themselves?
From here, everything is okay, but
okay, I can see
they just have to try again.
So let's hear what happened. What is the best way to learn English? I mean, we've got such experienced teachers here with me today. All your experience, what have you learned? What's the best way to learn English?
Shall I start?
Okay, Lydia. Yes, go.
Okay, I think it's got to be a combined effort. You can't just do it one way or another. In South Africa, they've got a thing called English First Additional Language, but they don't teach it with a cognitive backing of a language. It's conversation with no meaning. So you have to hear it and speak it and read it and write it all at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Okay, fine. Can we go on to somebody else, please?
English is so tricky.
Yes, English is tricky. But even so, what's the best way to learn it? I had all the money in the world. Lindsay, what's the best way to learn English?
I would say probably immersion. If I had all the money in the world, I would take my Kita Dalit kids, which I don't have, but assuming that I did, I would just, fourth grade kids, I would just take them off to an English speaking country for a month and
immerse them as much as possible.
Yeah, input. That's
yes. Okay. What about anybody else? We've got someone from Canada, right? Where did he go? Zuchin, what do you say? What do you think? Okay, Grace, thank you for that comment. So everyone's agreed the best way possible is to be in an English speaking environment when you get to hear different types of English in a normal situation. Well, in my opinion, the nearest you can get to that is through a virtual world. And what I'm going to do now, is, hopefully this will work, I'm going to put on the chat a link. I want you all to go to that link, and we're going to, if you would like to use that link on your cell phones, that's also good. So you're going to be in the Zoom and in this link at the same time. Okay, so you can click on the link. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on a program called Nearpod, which I think some of you will be familiar with. It's not a new program, but it's where we can all work together and I can demonstrate things with you. It's a bit different from working on Zoom all the time. So if you can click on this link.
Where's the link?
The link is in the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, here. Okay.
So I can see Ilana's in, Iris is in, Martha's in, Shlomi. And you're gradually coming. I'm going to give you a few more minutes so you can all get in. Okay, more people. Claudia's in, good. If you don't know this program, I think it's free to use. You do have a lot of fun with your students with it. Okay, I'm just going to give 2 more minutes for everybody to get in, and then we're going to start the presentation. Oh, I think most people are in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 20 people in, Aria. Is that enough? How many people are we?
Around 40.
Around 40, okay. So let me just post the link one more time on the chat for those people who didn't get it. You don't need a code. I don't think you need a code. But if it does say you need a code, oh, you don't need to install the application. No, you can just click on the link. If you do need a code, does anyone need a code? There was a code it gave me a second ago. Yes, the code, here, let me copy it. If it does ask you for a code, then I'm putting it on the link to everybody. Ah, here, someone's already written it there. Fine, that's the code if you need it. That's the code. Okay, so I think we're all set to go. So I'm going to share my screen with you, so you can also see my screen if you want to. But you've got your own screens, so here we go. So let's move you to the other side. Fine. So the first thing we have is virtual worlds and a picture of one of the virtual worlds that I made. And then we have, can you all see on your own, on your cell phones or on your screen, on your Nearpod? You don't have to look at my screen, because if you look at mine, you won't be able to do all the things I'm asking you to do.
Oh.
So, the question is here, what is virtual reality? It's an illusion that you're somewhere where you're not. So imagine if you're teaching English and you're in London, even though you're not really in London, and the buses are going past, and the double-decker buses and the telephone booths, a few still exist, then you get the feeling you're really in London. And if all the people you bump into, or if you're really in London, most people won't speak English, right? So, but anyway, let's say. So that's what virtual reality is. Now it could be in a different time period. You could be on the moon. But for virtual reality to exist, we have two things. One is called presence, and one is called immersion. The feeling that you are somewhere else, and all your senses are somewhere else. You're sure you are in a different place. And obviously, if you're going to wear glasses and have, really in-depth, which we won't be doing today, you'll feel even more that you're in a different environment. Now, the question is virtual reality new in education? And I'd like each of you to vote to say it's been around during this century. It's just been it's been around for 50 years. It's been around for over 100 years. And you can answer this if you have the Nearpod open, and you can answer. So I can see that Zuchan has answered. I need your answers, please. Thank you. I'm waiting for everyone to answer. Just if the screen with me is bothering you, just make that screen small so that you can see the Nearpod screen, which is the screen we're working on today. So about 3/4 of you have answered. Just give a few more people. Shlomit, you haven't answered yet. Esther, you haven't answered yet. Rajmonda, you haven't answered. Yifat, you haven't answered. Sarit, Eyal, can you all those people answer? Radu, can you please answer the question? If the screen is bothering you when you see me, just make that screen small. Don't exit full screen. Then you can see the Nearpod. Okay? Does anyone have a problem before I go on? Does anyone have a question? Nobody? Okay, so I'm going to share the answers with you so you can see. And it turns out that most of you think that it's been around just in this century. It's new. Some of you have said 50 years, and someone actually said it's been around for over 100 years. Well, let's have a look what about virtual reality in education. This is the stereograph, and it was used as an educator. And see this amazing picture? It's like a double picture. And so when you look at it through a machine, it gives you depth. So you imagine you're somewhere else. And this stereograph, got a picture of it here, is from 1908. Isn't that amazing? You can see the picture there, where you can see something which is in depth and you feel you're somewhere that you're not. And that is what virtual reality is. Obviously, we've become much, much more adapt to the whole thing as the years go by. Now, what I'm giving you now, each of you have got a page, an empty white page. You can take the text box and write text, or you can draw. If you're doing it on your phone, you can draw with your finger, choose the color you want. And I want each of you to draw and use text to explain, when you think about virtual worlds, what do you imagine? Okay, each of you has the opportunity to draw. And those of you who didn't get into Nearpod can just follow it with me, and you can see that everyone's working. I can see that Tanya's taken her pen already. I can tell you what everyone's doing here. And then when they finish and submit, we'll be able to see everybody's work of art. You can also write as well, words. You don't have to just scribble. You can take text and write words that you consider to be important with virtual worlds. Now, as a teacher, I can see what everybody's doing, and even after the lesson, which is interesting. And but no one can see what everyone else is doing. Oh, so I can see we have some real artists in this class. Amazing. You don't have to draw the words. You can just take text and type. Okay. It's nice. I can see you actually working with those of you who had your videos on. I can see you working at the same time. Oh, some amazing artists here. My goodness, Claudia, amazing. I'll just give you another minute because we want to go on and see other things. Yes, no borders, people in movements. Very good. Let's see if I can see this. It's so tiny. Let's see what Tanya's written. Imagination and reality are blurred. What is real, what isn't? It can be scary. And as a teacher, I can actually share this with you so you can all see what Tanya's done. And we've got some beautiful pieces of art here, which I can actually share with you. This is interesting. Elaine is still in progress, so don't want to bother her, but it looks very interesting. Claudia's finished hers, so I can show it to people and you can say what you think about it. This is the different types of interaction between people. Okay, so I'm going to have to say time up, but we've got some great things going on here. Roads, people going down. Someone's put a picture up as well. That's Elena, really nice picture. Very interesting. So, I'm going to go on, but it's interesting how we all have...
¿No hay de las tuyas? La guaraná, eso.
Very nice. True story that never happened. Sometimes it does happen, you know. Sometimes it can be real. It can be really real. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next slide. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Can you put off your microphone when you're not talking, please? Now, I want you to take your finger, if you're on your phone, or if you're on your a computer, put your mouse here, And you can look at the spider from all different directions. You can turn it around and get to really understand how a spider is made out, how his legs, how can you do that with your finger? Can you move the spider in all different directions? Can you try that or use it with your mouse? This is one of the things that Nearpod does. It allows you to see things in 3D. And it's also a type of virtual reality where you can see objects from all different angles. Can I go on to the next one? Did you all try that? Now, I didn't tell you, but I live in the Golan Heights and near Mount Hermon, where it's snowing at the moment. And again, you can move your mouse around and you get all 360-degree photographs, which are used in virtual reality as well, to make you see what people are doing there and see all around. And you can enter VR. If I had, this is the VR view, similar to the stereograph that we saw. And if I had the glasses, I'd actually be able to see really in depth, but I don't have the glasses, so I can escape going into VR view. But if you have the glasses and put them on, even the plastic ones, whatever, you can see. Okay. Did you enjoy that, everybody? You saw it? Let's go to the next slide. This is called a Microsoft Sway. It's in the Kilimanjaro I chose. I thought we'd go to a different place. And but someone's from Mali, so it's not that far away. And this is, I'm just showing you Nearpod, so I might as well show you how it works. When you scroll down, things come in from the side. It's called a sway. It sways in and gives you the feeling that you are there. It's not as good, you know, as you still get the different pictures coming in with a few words of text. So it's good for lower levels of English and more information. You can go in and get more information, but I won't I just thought if I was here, I'd show it to you because I'm on this is just a nice way of looking at different countries and learning about them. Okay, I'm going to the next slide. It's taking a while to come. Just give it a moment to come. Can you see anything yet? I'm trying to remember what the slide is, why it's so special. It could be a video. I'm going to go on. We won't wait for it. Okay, I'm going to let you play the video on all your devices so you can all play the video yourself. Okay, so when you click on the video, this is a project that I did 2 years ago. It's written, it was done in Hebrew, but we put English translations underneath. So please enjoy the video. I'll put it on for the students who are watching with me and aren't on the Nearpod. Oh, sorry, I didn't share properly with the sound. Let's do it again.
Elaine, we cannot see the share.
You can't see? Sorry, you can't see my video?
No, just play.
Sorry?
You have to play it.
Yes, everybody has to play it. But those of you who can't see it, who didn't go into the Nearpod, can see it with me here on the Zoom. Okay? So everybody else has to click play on their computer. Just watch here. It's near the end. These are different dilemmas students discuss. So the example I showed you was using those glasses, really advanced virtual worlds. And what we tried to do was to make a world where you'd actually go back in time. You'd experience what life was like. And each of those people that you saw there speak to each other within the world. And in this instance, they use their hands. And they can actually take, you saw them there collecting eggs, for example, or they could, they can speak to different people, they can ask them questions, they get a lot of information, and then they have to become members of the kibbutz, which is a communal community, and come to decisions about major things, about how much am I a private person, how much am I part of a society, how much, what are my decisions compared to the decisions of the rest of the group. And it's not easy. It's not an easy thing. Not an easy thing to do. It's amazing fun for students because they're working in an environment when they're actually speaking in English and they have to use English. In this case, it wasn't English, but in English to speak to each other and to build knowledge together. So let me go back to where we were, to the Nearpod lesson, and I'm going to share with you another project that I've done recently. So you can or look at the project, or I want you to play it yourself because there are questions as you go along. Is that okay? Can you manage to do it yourself? To click on it yourself, okay, and watch the video, and it will ask you questions as you go along. So I'm going to let the students do it themselves, and but I'm also going to do it on the screen for you. This is a project also I've done in virtual.
Everyone is talking about multiculturalism and cultural diversity.
كلهم مدبرين على رفض تربوتيوت.
الجميع يتكلم عن التعددية الثقافية والاختلاف الثقافي.
Everyone's talking about multiculturalism, but talking about it is one thing, and experiencing it is another. Welcome to Introduction to Multiculturalism, the first MOOC in the world to use.
So the question is, what is a MOOC? The people who are with me, does anyone know the answer? Okay, it's a massive open online course. Okay, fine. And then once you've answered it, we can continue.
To use a unique interactive system that allows you to create a virtual character who can see, experience, talk with, meet, and get to know people from other cultures in real time. This groundbreaking new course creates a world of learning experiences with simulations and role plays. You get to feel how it is to be someone else. The team of course developers include experts from 8 institutions of higher education from different religions and cultural backgrounds. We invite you to join this unique interactive course, Introduction to Multiculturalism, all through the experience of an avatar. Register now.
So this is the project that I led, and we've been teaching. It's in our 3rd year, and we've had almost 3,000 people studying with us in different languages, but it all takes place in a virtual world, which I think is amazing because our students this week, for example, their avatars all became extremely fat, and they had to be in a world when everyone was thin and said horrible things to them. And if you want to understand multiculturalism, what it's like to be somebody else, the best thing is to become someone else. Last week, their avatars became black, and they were in a world where refugees from African countries were treated very badly. And when you feel that you yourself are in that position, you yourself are a refugee, you're going to change how you're going to view other people. So that's another added benefit to virtual worlds, but obviously at the same time, you're going to have to speak in English to each other or the people around you. And now I have another example, I think, of another virtual world. Again, I'll let you play it yourself. This is a virtual world of Hanukkah. And although it's in Hebrew, it's in English. I can't remember what language it's in. But anyway, have a look and see how you can go back in time in history. These virtual worlds for gaming. So if you think about this, not going on, what is not going on? Collaboration and teamwork, listening and speaking, gaming, reading. Oh, and I've got more, sorry. History, how to revise for a test. What is not going on here? Of all the things here, what is not being done here in this exercise? Can anyone who's with me put on their microphone and tell me what the correct answer is? Can you hear me? Aria, can everyone hear me? Am I talking to myself?
Yes,
okay,
we can
so
hear you.
you can hear me. So we're working as a team, so we're collaborating. We're listening and speaking to each other, because in these virtual worlds, we speak to each other. It's not writing. It's gaming because it's a competition. We're reading all the signposts. We're learning about history. The only thing we're not learning how to do is how to revise for a test. All the other things we're doing in these types of, in a virtual world. Okay, that was a game world that I was involved in making. And now we have an example of, if this video comes up, is how we can use it for language teaching. And I'm going to take you afterwards to a virtual world where I can actually show you how this all works out. So let's have a look at this video.
Hello, how are you today? Good, how are you? Can I help you with something? I'm fine, thank you. Yes.
You see, when the characters speak, their mouth moves.
4 bananas, okay. 4 bananas. There we go.
So this is a way of teaching English where you can do role playing and choosing the right number of bananas, you can speak together, and we teach all the vocabulary for buying something. What would you like? I'd like. And the children can practice it again and again, and then they come and work together here in this environment. So now, everybody can write on this board, which is our last page, how can virtual worlds improve English skills? So can everyone write on the board, and we can see what you've all written, get all your ideas together. Just click on the board and then you can see, okay. Hands-on practice, excellent. Helping to put what's been learned into context. Nice. Exposure to wealth of vocabulary, motivation and practice. Motivation, willingness to take risks, very nice. Interaction with authentic environments. Coming fast, setting variety of scenarios for enrichment, excellent. Using gamification techniques together with virtual world challenges, right? Authentic situations, authentic environment. All skills are used at the same time, exactly. Fun for learning, definitely is. So that's great. We've got a nice variety of answers. Positive speed in learning, yes. Visuals, the visuals, right. I mean, you really feel you're there. Improve English skills through the exchange of experiences. Exactly. Using gamification. Argument is guaranteed. Exactly. Exactly. Wow. They keep coming. What the, very fun. Okay, exactly. So that was really nice. And we finished our Padlet. So I'm going to come back and stop sharing and come back to see all of you. Hi, everyone's still with me? Okay, so I like using Nearpod with the students because you can all, twist around things, use your own mouse. It's much more interactive than the usual boring Zooms. So what I'm going to do now is to take you into, as you understand, I build virtual worlds. I mean, I have an architect who builds them for me, but I've built many virtual worlds. I have a new one that I just finished today on how you say it in English, how do you say that? Helping others and being nice to others and helping others, right? To make people behave nicely. The poor children are put into a classroom with horrible children who say, you can't sit next to me, you smell, all these terrible things. Then they go into the playground and they get, as if it's their own cell phone, and they get these horrible messages. We have a party tonight, are you coming? Oh, sorry, it wasn't for you, you're not invited, and this type of thing. And the children have to say how they feel, to experience for themselves, bullying, but they still get to speak to each other in teamwork, trying to get the most points as possible, doing as many good things as they can. So they can be used for gaming, but they can also be used as a world for meeting. There are 4 types of virtual worlds. If you do the course, I'll explain more. There are virtual worlds which are just gaming. A lot of them, people are just killing each other, basically, not very educational. You have virtual worlds where children learn how to build, and they build their own worlds, like a Minecraft type of thing where the children are building as well as playing. And you have virtual worlds used for social connections, speaking in English, meeting people. You have virtual worlds for collaboration, where we work together as a group. The world I'm going to show you is all 4. And it's a world we built for tech, which is the tech is technology, education, and cultural diversity. And without further ado, I'm going to take you into the virtual world, and you can see me. I didn't invite anybody with me, so it's just me here. I can show you myself. I'm somewhere here. Here you can see me. And if I want to, if I talk, let me get rid of this top. If I want to talk with my microphone, all these above. Here, when I start talking, then my mouth moves. Look at me, please, lady. My mouth starts to move and everyone thinks I'm really talking, which is a lot of fun, because you're so sure that someone's talking to you. Now it can be in 3 languages. It can be in English, Hebrew, or Arabic. I have it up in English at the moment. We have all different locations to go to. And we can go to Ramadan to experience Ramadan. We can go to find out about the Druze religion, which is a religion that exists in Canada as well, Australia, and in basically in the countries around in the Middle East. And we can see what Passover is all about. This is the language market we've been to. There's a center for stories where children sit down and write stories. It's a lot of fun. I'm just going to take you to Ramadan because I like Ramadan. And in the Ramadan area, there's a game here to learn about different religions. Let me just turn off my microphone. And I can go close up and you can see they're all different artifacts. And you have to decide, does it belong to Christianity, like the tree, which is already there? Does it belong to the star, which is the Druze religion? Does it belong to Islam? Or so we can take something and let's see what you think. Let's take this. So this, and we can actually go and have a look and see what this object is. Let me show you. And you have to decide what does it belong to. And I just actually showed you it because we just went into the Hanukkah area. Just try and go into this more. This is the Hanukkah area. So I would think that I would put this object, Hanukkah, here it is, in Judaism because it's connected to Judaism. So I took the wrong one. Here. Then I'm going to put it here in Judaism. So what happens is the children all stand around and they choose different objects and they learn about the objects, and then they decide what religion they're going to put it in. When we meet, the children are from different religions. We have children from different schools in Israel, and this island was made for those children to learn about each other. So any of you, any idea which of these pictures are connected to Islam? Would anyone like to tell me which one? Just put on your microphone. Which picture here is connected to Islam? Anybody? Yes, Asas? Najama, which picture? Can you let her speak, please? Just put on your microphone. I think we can hear you. You can write it down. You're right, it's the Kaaba. It's here, the Kaaba. And because you're right, we're going to go in and we're going to see the area about Islam. And when I made this area, I started to think, how could people learn about Islam, and particularly about Ramadan? I mean, as a Jewish person, I mean, people fast, but we don't really know that much more about it. So in this exercise, we take a basket and we go around this market and we get to learn about so many different things, learning about the pillars of Islam and answering questions. Each time we get a question right, we get a present in our basket. And at the end, we donate our basket to charity, which is one of the things that is very important to do during Ramadan. We get information each time about a different aspect. This time it's about the Quran. It's a holy book, we know that. And each time I get more information, and I think there are about 20 different shops here, each one having a different part of information, a tremendous amount of information. My students who are Muslim work together with me to make this as authentic as possible. So when we finish learning and we can answer a question here about Taraweeh, which happens to be prayers, and we get it right and we get a present in our basket. You see we got a Quran as a present, and we go to each stool. So that's one of the areas here. And I'm going to get rid of this. We have I wanted to show you an amazing escape room here to learn about geography, which we've developed. And we also have an island to teach you how to go about here, how to walk. There's a music area. The area for Easter, and we have a lot of Christian people here, is actually looking for Easter eggs and going through a maze. And we've got a food court where you can, only if you order the food in the right language, the food arrives, but it's very good. You don't put on weight at all in this game. Very good. You can eat as much as you want. Let's just go to the music area just to show you one other thing. Running out of time. So this is an area where I can sit down here and you can't see me, but I can start playing the drums. Can you hear me? And I can also click on the drum and change the rhythm. So we can have all the children with a different rhythm all the way around, hearing each other playing and really doing a professional drum circle with the rhythm. So it's a lot of fun. We have Jerusalem as well. Maybe I'll just take you to Jerusalem. Because I mean, you're in Israel, I think you'd all really like to go and visit Jerusalem. And Jerusalem looks really like Jerusalem. The artist that made it made Jerusalem exactly as it is, with the exact stone that we have and the writings on the wall, just as the real Jerusalem is as you come in. And what we've done here is made balloons. Each child can write a message on a balloon. Let me get rid of you again, you're in the wrong corner. I can write peace, for example, and I submit it. And once 3 children have submitted it, the balloons go up to heaven, sending the message up to heaven, but not causing any environmental damage whatsoever. Anyways, the children meet here together in groups, they talk together, they can do most of the course together. And we've made another world that children actually, like Big Brother, get a house together, design the house, put the furniture in, make games for each other. They can spend the whole year here. It's a wonderful way to learn, and you really feel you're there. You know, where should we meet today? Let's meet in the synagogue. Let's meet somewhere else. And you get to learn and to meet and to do amazing things. I've got so much to show you, but I realized you're going to have to take the course to learn more about all the virtual worlds that I've made and the type of things we can do here. So I'm going to go out of this and get back to everybody to have a quick discussion at the end. Okay, so I'm back with you. So I think we've managed to show how virtual worlds can be used for so many things. It's everything we dream about, you know, when you want to work with children. And I hopefully will have a session on this later on. The big thing that I'm interested in today, and I'm sure most of you are, is what's called team coaching, which is the system now used in Finland for teaching, where we become counselors, advisors, and the children get a topic, and they go off and they learn from other people, with other people, and make a plan of how they're going to learn, what is it they want to learn, how they're going to learn it, in language learning as well. And of course, these virtual worlds are ideal place for them to meet up and learn and study. So can I hear from you before we finish this off and tell you about the new course we're offering? Arya, could you open up the page, please, for the new course so everyone can see it? We have comments. Revolution.
Just a moment.
That's what I like. Now, how long does it take to build a world? You don't have to build a world. You can go into a world that already exists, like the worlds that I built. You can come on, and certain places allow you for a minimal amount of money to join worlds that already exist. And but building a world is an expensive business, and you have to house the worlds and you pay. But I think it's worth it. I think the way I teach multiculturalism is completely different. I know I change people's ideas for life about how they look at people who are different to them. Their empathy changes, because when you've got presence and immersion, you can do so much. But with language teaching, it's amazing, because you have to speak the language. Now, we have robots around. I think you saw that in some of the examples. They're actually robots they're called non-playing characters who speak to the children as they come by, and they ask them questions. Or they have a list of questions and say, what do you want to ask me? And the children choose an answer. And we make it so interactive that the children have to keep talking English all the time. So it's a lot of fun. You'd have to speak to me afterwards, because you can just join. Anyone from Israel can join the tech project now. We have classes going with Austria as well, and Israel. Anybody who wants to, has a course in junior high, can join this course and use the virtual worlds and connect with other teachers. We're just opening now. We have money from the government to join us. So if anyone has a junior high class, please join us. It's not just in virtual worlds, but a lot of virtual worlds. I can just give you my number now. We can be in touch afterwards. Now, but the thing is, this whole publicity was not for that. It's for you to join our English course where we're going to teach you how to use virtual worlds in teaching. Can you share the screen, Arya?
Yes, wait, please.
At the moment, I've got money from the government to build another MOOC, massive open online course in spoken English. It's going to be for people who, it's from B1 to B2 level, those of you who work in Europe, people who have graduated from high school but need a higher level of academic English for university. And that again will take place also in a virtual world. We'll have real restaurants, we'll try out things. So Arya, would you like to, this is part of one of the courses being given by Moffett International.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, yes. Can you scroll down a bit? What a lovely idea. Great idea. Open a WhatsApp group so we can keep in touch. So it seems not to be so long ago that for most students around the world, the main way of learning English as a foreign language consisted of their teacher and textbooks. Today, the internet fulfills most of the teachers' and students' needs. In this course, we look at how we can best use the internet, and in particular virtual environments, to improve our teaching of English, as well as offer practice in experimenting with programs and technologies to help the learner. This is a new Moffett course, which is being offered and with me, and it will start next semester. No, I know. Can you make your screen bigger, Arya? I read it for you, don't worry. So how you got into the Moffett and you heard about the course is the same way you can get in here and register.
Now it is better?
Yes, thank you.
This is the learning units, if you want to say something.
Yes, but we haven't updated these completely, right? So in the units, we've got a lot of use of virtual worlds here. Any questions from anybody? Please open your microphones. Let me know what you thought. No one thought anything? Can we have feedback? Amari, I didn't speak to you. Where are you from?
Hello, everyone. I'm from the Dominican Republic.
Ah, nice. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So we've really got people from all over the world with us today. That's great. So no one wants to say anything, apart from the fact that I know you had a good time. Yes, but what I find in this virtual world, someone said about curriculum standards, the important thing is that the students are talking and speaking, and you decide the content area that they're going to be talking and speaking, and their fluency improves tremendously. And they're talking and they hear model English in different accents as well. And so we don't have to worry about that type of thing anymore. We do project-based learning in certain projects, and we can put in the expressions we need them to use and the vocabulary and quiz the vocabulary and put in the vocabulary in these virtual worlds within different games, learning games. Anything we do outside can go into these virtual worlds. We can have Google Docs inside and Padlets inside on notice boards. So they can have that as well as the world together. So it's a combination that brings the world, outside world, into the virtual world. Okay, thank you all for your lovely comments. Bye everybody. And we hope to see you soon in Moffett on one of our other projects and programs. Over to you, Arya.
Elaine, thank you too very much about this lecture. And tomorrow we will send you all the recording of this lecture and also more information about the course. And hope to see you.
Thank you all and good night.
Thank you all and good night.
I'm going to write my email here if anyone wants it. Just a second.